app screen. Okay, you guys can see this okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool, thanks.
We see your Discord, by the way.
Oh, really? Should just be my UI. Okay, hang on. All right, you got the phone on app screen now?
Yep.
All right, cool. Just give me 1 second here. I'm going to reinstall my card. I mean, the only really new thing I've got to show this week is the card unlock or card initialization process. We've added that function into the front end, which was only present at the command line before. So I'm just reinstalling my card with a dev version of the app at the moment. All right, so yeah, you can probably see that this popped up automatically now. That's a new bit Nate's put in there to make the startup process a little nicer. And now you can see that this is a brand new card. It's got an initialize button instead of an unlock button. So I'll actually allow you to set the pin through the GUI, initialize it here. It'll set the pin on the card, and pop you back here to actually unlock the card and go into the session screen. So yeah, some work behind the scenes there, but that's pretty much all there is to it to show what's new there. Otherwise, interface remains largely the same. Yeah, that's basically all I got to show new for this week, and I figured we could discuss some testnet stuff, but happy to answer any questions if anybody's got any.
Hey man, that's huge for me. I was terrified of having to try to support people for going through command line to initialize and set their pins. So nice, dude. Awesome work.
Yeah, glad to hear that. I figured that would be like the first question people had, how do I initialize my card? So hopefully this makes it easier.
Uh, is the process for changing, or sorry, not changing, setting up the card to your Ethereum address? Is that still the same where you need to create the uh, config file?
Yes.
Yeah, you're still gonna need the config file to be put somewhere, but I'm sure we could create a way to do that through a graphical user interface just to put the file in the right place if that's easier for people. Yeah, like the one major thing I wanted to test out during the testnet that's still not in the UI is the native Phonon mining. So I may want to provide some instructions for people to do that at the command line, but it would really just be running that one command, and then they'll show up in the Phonon UI to send them around. We just don't have a route to create them at this point, but we'll probably throw that in there as as the testnet goes live. So yeah, it was Tuesdays. I know we were planning to meet later. I'm not sure if you guys confirmed you were available. But yeah, we'd like to just have you guys run through the Windows version of the app and make sure everything's smooth on your end. And then I think we're pretty much wrapped up on the code side. Next week, actually happen to be moving back to Austin, so I'm going to be by our card manufacturing equipment and next close to our Phonon card shipment. So we should be able to flash the 200 testnet cards we need, along with the ones that have been on back order from the unfulfilled alpha cards. And yeah, I think by the end of the week we should be ready to launch testnet.
Yeah, I think Ketch and I are both good for 1:30 PST today.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 1:30 PST sounds good.
So you said you think at the end of next week to launch the testnet, or it'll be ready to launch.
Yeah, I want to talk to you guys about that. How you want to coordinate about releasing this publicly. I mean, the only real thing that absolutely has to be, or maybe I don't know if it's an absolutely has to be, but probably should be done before then is to get the cards up for sale on our site, so that when people find out, they can actually go get the cards. So I just got to get them manufactured next week. I'll probably just hammer that out one day, and I'm gonna coordinate with the other guys at GridPlus to get that up in our store and ready to be shipped later today. So that should all be done next week. So I guess maybe we should decide on a date to say it's officially launched, and I can always let you guys know in the Discord as soon as everything's actually up in the store and ready to be ordered. Or open to ideas on how you guys want to coordinate that.
Is there a sense of how many cards exist net of the pre-orders to be sold?
How many cards exist net of the pre-orders?
Sorry, how many cards will be available for sale net of the pre-orders? I know there's a bunch. Like I remember Justin saying that anyone who'd ordered a test kit over the last couple of months would automatically get this test kit, basically. Is there a sense of how many will be able for purchase, net of the people who've already ordered?
Yeah, the availability shouldn't be a problem, and I think we have 11,000 Phonon branded cards to actually manufacture. It's more a matter of how many I produce, on the first run, because it can be it'll be a tedious process at this point before we set it up for parallelized provisioning. So yeah, I was planning to create 200 for the testnet rewards. I don't know, item, and basically those will be on a certain price, and what do you call it, like a SKU, I guess, and those will all be registered with our testnet registration service so that they're available for rewards. And then I'll additionally take care of all the back orders. I'm not exactly sure how many it is. I think it's, I don't know, less than 100. I'm not exactly sure what the total is, but should be plenty should be fine for me to produce it next week. And we'll send those out all as well. And then ideally I'd like to get up another testnet dev kit sale item that's not necessarily rewards eligible, just for anyone who's interested in continuing to develop on it. And maybe we'll give a couple testnet cards along with a couple cards for development, like we did with the alpha.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So that's my plan at the moment. Open to suggestions. I don't know if anyone's want to got some plans for making an announcement about this, or how we want to coordinate around that. But I guess let me know.
Yeah. So timing for this, what were you saying? Is rough timing to when there could be a SKU up on the Shopify site, and people could click an order, and then the card would go in the mail towards them?
Yeah, that should be done next week. I'll probably just be handling fulfillment myself, or I have to talk to the guys who know about the logistics at GridPlus later today to figure out if we can get a pallet sent out where they can be shipped on demand. But that should all be done next week.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'll write an announcement, and we'll send it over. And we're working on a press release as well, and we have a bunch of publications that we're targeting. We should probably basically at the beginning of next week just send all that out and let people know that maybe the following, maybe looking at my calendar, maybe we shoot for August 1 as a certain date when cars can be shipped and bought.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's fine with me. That gives it gives us absolute certainty that it'll all be done by then. So if that's helpful for getting the word out in advance, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, excellent.
Tuesdays, from a testnet standpoint, Do you have everything documented as far as like what users need to do and if they run into problems?
No, because it seemed like we were still changing things on what the actual process would be. If this is pretty much the release, I will get to documenting that now.
Yeah, I think this is the minimum viable release. We'll probably still touch off some things, but everything should basically work on your end Tuesdays, and we'll confirm that with you later. But this should be good enough to build instructions off of. I also wanted to tweak the testnet objectives just a little bit. I think a couple of them are sort of irrelevant at the moment, so I was gonna go over those with you later and see if we can turn that into like a something that's formalized for a public-facing document to show what the rewards are and how to earn them. You can actually get some useful test metrics out of this while having people try out the app.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, cool. We'll sort that out at 1:30 then.
The other question I had is that I think the testnet kit comes with the card readers. Is that right?
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what to do about that. I guess we do have a bunch of card readers on hand, so I was thinking to include them. But I know that some people have already bought like alpha kits with card readers and may already have them. So I was wondering if there might be some value in selling those separately. But unless someone tells me otherwise, I'll probably just bundle them together for at least the testnet rewards SKU, and maybe for the other dev kit we'll leave it separate so that people who've already got the cards or a batch of cards don't repurchase the card reader.
Do you think there's any value in like allowing people to buy their own card readers in the event that there's some issue with certain types of card readers that we don't know about? Or do you think it's just so standardized that it's very unlikely there's any issues that arise in testing?
I think they're generic enough that there shouldn't be any issues. I've only used this like one variety for quite a while. I know some other people on the team have used a few more and they all seem fine. But yeah, as far as testing goes, I'm not sure there's a lot of value in that. Like if that's an issue people have, I'm not sure that's one that like we really want to be responsible for fixing for them.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, because there's nothing we can really do to fix the card reader if it's broken.
This is the only one we accept, sir.
Yes, that is the standard card reader.
That's what I was thinking. If we have one that we want to use just from a troubleshooting standpoint, makes everything easier, then any documentation we should probably put that in there. Like if you use a card reader outside of the one that comes with the tested kit, it should be this type or this kind.
Yeah, we can document that one, but yeah, I think we have plenty of supplies we've pre-bought to sell along with the testnet kits.
Cool. I don't have any other questions. I don't know if anybody else does. It sounds like we're going to shoot for August 1st, and then Tuesday's going to finish up the documentation, and we'll wait for you, Dan, any changes in the timeline or any other details.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, if anybody else got questions, free to ask, but that sounds like a plan otherwise. And yeah, I know we talking about the product roadmap a bit, so I'm going to try to get something a little bit more clear together, just a rough outline of what I'm looking at for the roadmap for the engineering team at the moment for next week. We can talk over that a bit, and we'll review progress on the testnet stuff as well.
Awesome. Very exciting.
Awesome.
All right, cool guys. Well, thanks again. If there's nothing else, I'll catch y'all later.
Great.
Thanks, Steve.
You guys.
Bye.